Good evening, race fans. We have another edition of the Zelda 1 Randomizer Tournament 2020 edition. Tonight we have Drascia versus ChessJerk. I am Homer J. Smash. Joining me in the booth tonight is Fryteeth. How you doing tonight, Fryteeth?
I'm good. Looking forward to another race tonight. See what this seed gives us tonight.
Absolutely. So far this tournament, we've had quite the highlights, I would say. Lots of trolley things, blocks all around, bombing through Ganon Room. So it'd be really curious to see what we got tonight. This is going to be a potential doubleheader depending on how the first one goes. So we will either see a quick seed followed by another one, or we will see one trolley slog. Either way, it's going to be exciting.
Alright, so looks like we're starting in the Lost Hills. And we've got a red ring to start, which is always nice. And one Triforce.
Yeah, I like digging out Triforces, so that's good for me. I would love to see that. I like to earn getting into 9.
And no hints. So where do you want to head first from here?
Well, I always like to check out the Armos items as soon as I possibly can. With these flags, a lot of times, you're just going to get a power bracelet, but it's good to know right away whether or not that's the case.
For me personally, on these flags, given this location, I want to go check level 5. Vanilla location, because that's going to tell us right away if we've got a second quest overworld or not.
Oh yeah, that's a good call. Couple screens is really going to give you a heads up on what sort of overworld we've got. Obviously, like the one that you said, and then also your first quest level 2 and first quest level 3.
We've got an early level 9 sighting. There's our blue candle shop and its vanilla location. And based on that entry to level 9, we've got either shapes or first quest for the back half. But not finding a whole lot early on. And we do have dungeon numbers hidden.
Alright, sorry about that. I was having some technical difficulties, so I actually wasn't able to watch anything. But I'm all caught up now. Now I got it. Alright, so we've got Drascia going in here in this Armos item, seeing those blank hints like you were talking about. ChessJerk is diving his dungeon with no sword, and he is out of there. So let's see what we got going on now. Drascia is opening up the Monocle Rock location, so we know we are not in straight second quest. And that is just a potion shop.
One thing they could do here with the money-making game not too far from start, they could head over there to try and get money for early candle.
And Drascia looks like they're going to dig this dungeon. And ChessJerk's in another dungeon here, so we definitely have hidden dungeon numbers.
Is ChessJerk possibly in first quest 6?
Yeah, that's a good call. Looks like the side of the tail there. We do have a dark room.
No, maybe not.
So let's see. Yeah, definitely not.
Nope.
Definitely not first quest 6. Could be second quest 5, I believe. Yeah, there we go. That's what they're saying in chat as well. Looks like second quest 5. Looks like palette shuffle might be off. We had that gray dungeon earlier, which could be either second quest 7 or first quest 8. I couldn't tell where they were on the map there.
Looks like ChessJerk is going to see if he can gamble to get the money for his blue candle.
Yeah, not having a lot of success there. So let's see. So that Triforce they've got there is going to be either 8 or 7, depending on what our back half of the dungeons are. I don't think we've determined that yet.
So I think that's going to be the Triforce from 8, because when they went into level 9, we saw the back half is shapes or first quest.
Got it. Excellent. Okay, so they started with 8. There we go. ChessJerk's getting some money now. And Drascia is going to show us what's going on over here with level 2. It's nice starting with that red ring. They are able to just kind of blitz through some of these. Okay, there we go. We got mixed quest for sure. Since Monocle Rock opened, we know that we are not in straight second, and that is a lake. And ChessJerk buys his candle. It looked like, was that vanilla shop prices? Candle was 60.
Yes, I think those were.
And I'm a little curious, I guess for me, since Woodsword so often is in the Woodsword cave, since that's a 50-50, I like to check the Armos items over here, but I like to kind of blitz over to the Woodsword cave just to see if that's a Woodsword.
I do the same thing, although not a nice screen, the White Sword Cave.
No, this screen sucks. yeah, red ring, that makes that okay, but that was total trash. Looks like vanilla secrets as well. Large, small secrets 10.
Do we have 0 HP enemies on?
I haven't seen anybody. Yeah, well, looks like that's a good possibility. All those enemies went down in one go. I haven't seen anybody try to kill somebody that's. Oh, there we go. So we have free candles actually. ChessJerk had just waited. That's another nice thing about seeing the Wood Sword Cave, is that it tells you if you need to buy a candle or not.
Well, that one wouldn't have helped him though, because that was under a burn spot.
Yeah, that's how that goes. I always love that. The moblins are definitely dying to 0 HP.
And I think ChessJerk on that on the vanilla White Sword screen killed the blue Lionel with just a candle shot, so.
That would definitely do it. So bosses potentially, and Ganon could still have some HP, but otherwise it's going to be a pretty soft and easy seed as far as combat goes with the red ring and 0 HP enemies.
Drascia now is making the play over to the Wood Sword Cave.
Yep, I think this is a good call. Let's see what they get, and they get the Wood Sword.
Oh, I think that was a very good move. Although, getting that sword as early isn't as big a deal with the 0 HP enemies.
Oh, absolutely. It also just makes dungeon diving a lot easier, though. Once you get the sword, then you know that you're not going to be blocked by Wizrobes or Dark Knots or something that you're not going to be able to kill with a candle.
Coast, we've got a heart container.
And this is good. This is starting to kind of have a divergence here. At the beginning, they both were digging the Lost Hills, but now we're going to see close to start here on Drascia's side, and ChessJerk showing us the southern coast, and we get another level.
Just to answer in chat, they got the red ring tonight as a free starting item.
And ChessJerk is going to dive this. Still does not have his sword. Does have some bombs, and he gets a key from that Aquaman.
It's a bomb upgrade, but can't afford that yet.
Well, that also looks like that rolled vanilla. So, you know what I'm not sure about is if the bomb upgrade can be vanilla price, but not vanilla bomb allocation. I'm assuming that it gives you the same +4 that it does in vanilla, but not sure.
I would assume that you can, because you could roll the vanilla prices as the random price anyway.
Yeah, that's true. Here we got a turnstile room here, ChessJerk side.
Drascia checks another Armos statue and finds another blue candle shop, so we know the Armos item now is going to be up at its vanilla location.
Yeah, that seems to be more common than not. I mean, obviously, if it's not shuffled, then that's where it's going to be. So since that's a 50-50 check, that makes a lot of sense. ChessJerk, unfortunately, struggling with this turnstile clip here. It's a little tricky one. You gotta get into it. You can't if you miss it, you can't redo it from where you are. You gotta reset. Definitely one of the trickier ones to do. I don't know about you, but I think it's actually the harder clip, but I prefer clipping from the left-hand side than from the right.
Yeah, I don't know, I struggle with that clip in general, so.
And I saw some chatter about this in the Discord today. So that level 3 location was green. Somebody was suggesting that means that we are on mixed second quest, which would mean that we only have one large secret, and that the cave shuffle is closer to second quest. But ChessJerk finds another level, so we found 4 or 5 levels so far here.
Drascia finds one also.
Yeah, so we found almost all the levels now at this point. You said we found 9, and there was a gray level up on the Lost Hills, and then a few green levels, looks like.
Yeah, I think we're only missing 3 levels right now.
So that's good information for them to have. It tells you that potentially we don't have any blocks if you can get to all the levels. I'm more inclined to Triforce and go in that case. And we'll see if ChessJerk... Okay, we got a walk-through wall here in this one.
Drascia runs into a ladder block.
If we thought that we were in second quest 1 through 6, could this be 4?
I'm not sure yet.
Definitely 0 HP. Those Gibdos went down pretty easily. He's actually using some bombs for them here too. Let's get another key. ChessJerk's already up to 5 keys now. And Drascia with the sword is able to do a little bit more damage, but does not have the inventory that ChessJerk had.
But Drascia's almost up to enough money to finally get that blue candle, which will help out a lot with exploration.
Oh yeah. Candle is one of my first goals. Looks like the blue moblins are dropping bombs, so that's good. Haven't noticed if there's any other shenanigans with shuffling drop inventories with the enemies here. Got some Zols here on this screen. ChessJerk's gonna leave the room and get his fire back. He's doing a lot of digging without a sword.
With this enemy set at 0 HP, it's definitely not too bad to do this digging.
No, I agree. Definitely, it's going to slow him down a little bit, but so far, I mean, he's able to amass a whole bunch of keys. He finds a transport here. If he gets a wand or a red candle, that's going to help out a lot. Even a boomerang, then you can have repeatable offense, you know, in a room. Let's see, he's spending some keys here, and we've got a dark room with just some keys. I hate these type of rooms. It's like you don't want to use your bombs on keys. He's gonna spend his key here, and we find a chute. Let's see. Could this be 2? Would that That makes me think too. Drascia finds another level here. I didn't notice what cave this was. I think they were heading up to the grave Dead Woods location, but I was watching ChessJerk, so I didn't actually see. Here we got a compass, so that's good.
This room could be a little bit more of a problem.
Yeah, this one, if those bunnies come back, this could be a big problem. And 0 HP, these enemies, these rooms are going to clear very fast. These runners need to kind of get the hustle on. That's the one thing I will say for ChessJerk, digging without the sword, is the room clears are so fast when you have a sword. 0 HP that, you know, if you go and grab it, you can always come back to this dungeon. Might be faster in the long run, but definitely doing good so far to kind of keep pace. And let's see if that bunny comes back. This is definitely a potential staircase. Drascia looks like Drascia's in 3. Second quest 3. That's just going to be 4 rooms at the bunny, 4 rooms at the bottom and straight up. And ChessJerk is out of there.
Drascia finds a bow.
Yeah, definitely good to find early. I don't know if you need it or not, but good to find it.
I'd always rather have
finally
it
gets
than
a key.
not have it.
Oh, absolutely. That is always an item you are happy to see. And there's the compass, so that'll be good. We haven't seen the meat room, so that's potentially good news, unless they need another item out of here. Shouldn't have a meat block in 3 at least. And ChessJerk is now going to be, let's see, he's digging through, he's going to go head towards start, I would think. And there's the Triforce. Didn't check that one room down there. I might look in there just to see if it's a hard or, you know, quick item. Still don't know if it's Heart Shuffle right now. That is definitely second quest 3.
So we actually have the Triforce. I made an error earlier. We have the Triforce for 7, not 8.
Yeah, that's right. Let's see. The that middle section, the odds are up in first quest, or shapes.
Well, I didn't notice, but Drascia also purchased arrows at some point.
I missed that as well. No candle yet that I know of, but does have the wooden arrow.
That's always a good purchase as well early on. You never know when you're gonna run into a block where you need those.
True. Yeah, Fury brings up a good point. I didn't see the beginning, so I didn't see what the second item was. If they started with bombs or arrows or what.
Second item was bomb. They started with 8 bombs.
Okay, yeah, I thought, because when I came in, they both had bombs already, so here we go. We got a boomerang here in this level. ChessJerk is now in 3. Let's see if he shows us what the other item is here. I think it's worth checking. I think there's only 2 or 3 rooms that Drascia didn't see.
So bow was in 3, and red ring was the start item. So ChessJerk is going to go check this room.
Yeah,
Drascia
I think
skipped.
this is a no-brainer to me. Especially with 0 HP, it's going to take you 20 seconds to clear this room out. And there you go, confirmed level 3, which we already knew. Drascia definitely looks like is in level 8. And it looks like the bosses are 0 HP as well. That Gliok went down super soft. So Ganon's the only thing potentially that might be at all beefy in this seed.
Right, so ChessJerk is going to go back in. At this point, we don't know if Heart Shuffle is on or not.
Right. Yeah, and really, unless we see a non-heart, that's going to be the only thing to tell us. It's hard to confirm that Heart Shuffle is not a thing if all you're seeing are hearts. I've definitely run seeds where, you know, I get a whole bunch of hearts. And he's going to spend a bomb there. In my experience, 3 does not have a lot of bombs. Usually you have to spend your keys to get to the other side of the doors there. And we do have the bait block, so can't see that item. So that's interesting. And Drascia is continuing in 8. ChessJerk is joining them here. Looks like this is a good room for 0 HP. I hate blue dark nuts and turrets. That is a nightmare. 0 HP is no problem.
ChessJerk is about to find his boomerang. Let's see if he picks it up.
Yeah, I think it's a good play for this seed. I mean, it's still early on, and since the enemies are 0 HP, it gives you a way to kill most of the enemies. I have not noticed if permanent sword beam is on, so that's something that makes it a little less useful.
I believe they are.
And let's see, well, obviously we have start room has been shuffled, which is nice, especially with hidden dungeon numbers. Makes it a little trickier to figure out where you are. Drascia finds a bomb wall here for the Triforce, and it's just a soft Patra. Those are the best kind. Let's see if they leave the room after they clear this. Alright, so if they come back, they're going to have to clear that out again. And ChessJerk finds the shoot room here. And let's see, Drascia finds... That was definitely 8. And they're out of here. Boomerang. Still 1 item in the stair and 1 item on the floor left unaccounted for, but we will have to see what that is later. They're going to dig this dungeon that was in the Armos.
This is the one we think was level 5.
Yeah, 5 is smallish, but it's always kind of annoying dig for me. It's got... hopefully ChessJerk goes back and clears that room out. Just because it has a key on the ground, that could still be a push block. But I was saying that the 5's kind of annoying for me to clear out because a couple of transport staircases. It's got walk-through walls side to side, so it's a little tricky. Usually it looks linear, but you can't usually traverse from one to the other without taking the transports.
And there is our confirmation.
Yes. That is definitely level 5. Get some bombs on the ground. I want to bomb those walls first. Not sure if they've been in that room to the left there. I always like to spend my bombs before I pick them up. And let's see, CJ's back in this room here. He's not going to clear it, so hopefully that's nothing important.
Well, he just found the company, so he knows that that's the Triforce room.
Yeah, I meant the stair, the possible stair room that he left. This one, I don't believe second quest rooms can be in first quest dungeons as push blocks. I think shapes only are the ones where you can have second quest stair blocks for that, but I'm not sure. Okay, I guess I'm wrong about that. Thank you, Jay Coper in chat telling me. So second quest, so you can't have walls though, walk through walls, I'm pretty sure. You can only have the push blocks then.
ChessJerk looks like he's going to try and dig the second item, or the remaining item, or items out of 8. And he's going to be able to get around that ladder block. Here's one of those rooms that is really annoying if you don't have 0 HP enemy with just a sword.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
it takes
one
forever.
right after it.
Yeah, here we go. This is probably our staircase, so that that one room won't hurt him. It does push. And let's see. Can't tell what Drascia. Let's see. We got a red candle.
Candle.
He's thinking he's gonna leave that there too. Probably doesn't need that at this point. would have been useful early, but so 8's coming up pretty lame so far. I definitely take the red candle. Yeah, go ahead. I was saying the same thing. I take it until I know what the bubble curse is for sure.
Exactly. And especially with 0 HP enemy, I definitely want the red candle.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, ChessJerk likes the sword, man. He doesn't need anything else. He's eschewed the boomerang and the red candle. He said, forget that. The sword's gonna be good enough for me. And Drascia is navigating through this dark room. Finds a Gleeok, no problem, 0 HP, as ChessJerk takes his Triforce out of 8. And this is the Triforce room. That is not going to push since the item drops. You can have a standing item. That could be a staircase. But if something falls on the ground after you kill the enemies, like that compass just did, then you know that's not going to be a push block. And this is another one of those rooms. That's no big deal at all with 0 HP enemies. Here we go. Let's see what this is.
That's okay. Rooms like that, I still push all the blocks anyway.
Well, you never know, right? Sometimes I do that too. If I see a shutter door, I know it's not the stair, but if I really want it to be the stair, sometimes I'll still push it. And ChessJerk finds the compass in actually a useful way. Drascia finds the raft. Might be useful. I don't think we've seen all the dungeons yet.
No, we've only found, I think, 6 of them so far. Or maybe 7 of them.
And ChessJerk is hot on their heels. Gonna get their raft as well here. And there we go. So both runners with the raft out of 5 have not found the floor item yet.
Drascia is going to take the Triforce. Let's see it. And ChessJerk does not. He's going to go back.
Yeah, he's going to go back to the start. He wants more items. I'm kind of with Drascia a little bit on this. I personally like to get out of there as fast as I can with these seeds, because you don't even know if cannon's required or not. And Drascia already has the bow. Very good chance that silvers are at 9.
Drascia checking that first raft spot.
Nothing. Whole lot of nothing.
And take another ride on the raft.
It is not slow bubble curse, so it's either reverse or swordless. Couldn't tell exactly what, but CJ didn't lose his speed for sure.
Well, the one concern is Drascia still does not have a candle. And it's kind of surprising because there is that candle just 2
that's
screens
true, yeah.
from start. And we know
Yeah, that's true.
1 level under.
83 rupees too. Yeah, that's curious. And they're going through all these screens too that they're gonna have to backtrack. I don't like to, early at the beginning of the seed, if I'm trying to blitz, wood sword screener, that's fine if I'm passing by some stuff. But here we go. We got a floor drop for a heart in 5.
More and more likely, like heart shuffle.
Could definitely be.
Off.
Yeah, could definitely be. Still though, you never know. I am really cynical, so I will dig hearts to the bitter end. And yeah, so what I was saying about Drascia is that they just passed by, 15 caves or so that they couldn't burn on their way to this level 1 location. So it's going to cost them a little bit of backtracking here. Hopefully it won't cost them too much time. ChessJerk is getting back towards the Triforce, and we will be all tied up as far as Triforces go. And CJ's got a bit of a lead in terms of keys. And candle.
That
That's
candle
about
is
it.
the biggest advantage right now.
Yeah.
So we're going to see the other raft spot.
I do like Drascia cashing in the raft right away. Yeah, this is not... Raft not doing much today. Nice screen scrolling action over there for Drascia. ChessJerk is going to find out the bad news about the raft being useless today.
Drascia is finally going to get their candle.
Make you happy.
I think the other big surprise to me is we are 30 minutes in and we have not had an Armos check yet.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's true. That's a good call. You know, like I said, it's probably a power bracelet, but you never know. And also, we're in mixed quest, so even if it is the power bracelet, that's going to open up a lot of caves, potentially. So that's definitely something that you want to have.
ChessJerk is back in this level that we think is 2.
Yeah, it looks like it to me, especially with the Triforce location and the way that shoot room was with the key. It seems like a 2. Drascia's heading over to the grave, so I think we're going to get the Armos check finally. So it'll be really interesting if it's not the power bracelet. Like if it's Recorder and Recorder goes to Unbeaten Dungeons, then they're going to be sweating bullets when they find it. I don't know about you, but whenever I find something, I just assume that the person I was racing found it, 10 minutes earlier.
I usually feel like it's 30 minutes earlier.
Yeah, exactly. That's another one. That's I want him to go back in and push that block. That could be a stair right there with that key drop room. There we go. Yeah, good. Okay, there we go. And it is a stair, and it's an item, and it's the any key. Wow, any key in. Drascia's checking vanilla 6 and is gonna get some money. Have we seen the large secret yet?
We have not seen that yet.
And ChessJerk's like me. ChessJerk is not necessarily convinced that hard shuffle's on. Looks like they're gonna get out of here though with their Triforce now. So he takes a at least for now temporary lead with the Triforce out of 2. So he's just missing Triforces out of 1, 4, and 6. And those are the dungeons that we're missing then. I believe there's the power bracelet for Drascia. Here we go. So this was one of the dungeons that he dug earlier that I thought potentially was 4. I think he had to bail. He dove this without his sword the first time around. So potentially we are only missing 2 dungeons. And let's see, Drascia is going to check our Armos here. These are going to be the any roads. Pretty likely there since we haven't seen them yet.
Yeah, I always feel like you've got to check a couple of them though. Because I remember, I think it was one of your races I was calling that the first 2 were vanilla, and then they weren't.
Yeah, I think it was actually another one that we were calling together because I remember that, and I don't normally check them. I learned a lesson then because I usually just check the one and I see it. I'm like, it's vanilla, and I bounce out of there. And I remember being surprised when I think it was the desert power bracelet spot, that the one close to the desert, that ended up being something else. It was like, oh man, that would have been really bad for me. Here we go. Yeah, this definitely looks like 4 to me. And we got another heart on the floor, so it's looking more and more likely like heart shuffle is off. Still missing a ladder, so we can't get that compass. We do have a bomb plus there on Drascia's side. So no white sword item, or no white sword, no mags.
But shouldn't really matter.
There's the other one. That's funny.
Right next to each other.
Yep. Well, it might matter for Ganon if you're not good at Ganon. It's the only way that potentially could matter. For everything else, I agree with you. Pretty easy seed so far with the 0 HP. Also red ring, you know. ChessJerk's going to spend his heart here instead of the money. The mugger room is telling me for sure. I'm thinking 4, and that's a one-way stair there. That is a troll stair.
Yeah, just seeing ChessJerk's map. That definitely.
Yeah, it has to be 4. It has to be. Yeah, nothing here. So let's see. We're still missing the ladder, which could be potentially important. We're still missing silvers, which could potentially be important. And the recorder, yeah. Here we go. And Drassia's gonna get a heart here. Out of this, take any. Let's see. Definitely looks like it's swordless. As soon as he got hit by that bubble, stopped swinging his sword. I've not found either item here in 4, other than the heart on the floor. We're still missing 2 items. I just love seeing these manhandlers go down so easy. I hate these guys so much. They have killed me more, I think, than anything else. And we got vanilla potion prices. This is gonna push, and here we go. We have the magic boomerang. ChessJerk did not want the wooden. He does not want the magic boomerang. That's a really handy item there, ChessJerk. I don't know. Does not need any keys. Here we go. This could potentially be his push block. Maybe he's already seen that room. He bounced out of there pretty quickly. This one he's definitely seen. This was the one that he could not access because of the moat, and that's just bombs. Here we go. Okay, so he just wanted to clear the top part of the dungeon before he moved on to here, I guess. This does push as well. It's the recorder. So that's really useful. I would blow that as soon as I get out of here with my Triforce.
Then there's always the possibility of everyone's favorite recorder to unbeaten vanilla dungeon locations.
Yeah, right? Well, which sometimes is helpful if you don't have a raft and you haven't beaten 4. But in this seed, obviously that is not the case. And all kinds of keys when he doesn't need any. It's like could be an Alanis Morissette song lyric. There we go. Drascia is gonna screen scroll over here. Check out Death Mountain. I don't think we've seen anything on Death Mountain yet. And this is a dungeon that would be really bad without the 0 HP. It's Manhandla, Patra, blue and red dark nuts, and bunnies. Pole's voice, everyone's favorite, and the bubbles too. There's another key. My goodness.
Where is this Triforce? ChessJerk is almost full clear this level 4 at this point.
Yeah, I don't remember a Goma or anything that he couldn't kill. There we go. This is probably it. Nope. Just another key. It's gotta be down here somewhere. I think on his map, he just had a few rooms left. I do believe this is a drop room. This one seems to drop the Triforce a lot. Yep, there we go. Yeah, anytime I see that vertical column room, I always kind of get the feeling. Here we've got meat for 60. Let's see, he is whistling right away. And you can name that tune in chat. We can't hear anything on our end. That takes us somewhere we've been before. So that is recorder to new dungeons, but recorder for beaten dungeons, it looks like. And there's their large secret. I think someone said that in chat. I think somebody had that right. So ChessJerk has all the money now. Almost maxed out. So at this point, what are you buying? He didn't get the bomb upgrade in the dungeon. Arrows. Save them, I guess, for potion or for bombs. Definitely want a potion if swordless bubbles are a thing. Although I think it's unlikely to 0% chance that the bubbles show up in first quest dungeons. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I know there was some shenanigans with that, with the second quest enemies. I'm wrong again, apparently. Well, that's good. That's alright. Failure is always an option.
We're still looking for that one last level.
No, we know it's not second quest 1 to 9. It's second quest 1 through 6. And 7, 8, and 9 are our first quest. We saw 8 earlier. That was definitely first quest. And let's see, here we go. ChessJerk finds the back-to-back bombs. There we go. So he's got +2 bombs. That's always a good feeling. And so far, not much on Death Mountain. But like you said, we're missing some dungeons, so hopefully CJ's able to find them with the recorder. He's gonna get that meat. He really wants to know what's what that other item in 3 is.
Drascia takes a potion at the last take any, which I think is a very good move there.
Oh, absolutely.
With 6 hearts and red ring, you're in pretty good shape.
Yeah. I mean, 0 HP, 1 heart, and red ring, you're in good shape. You're not dying in this seed. Might as well take the potion. Down to 1 bomb, and...
It's not the right spot.
Not the right spot, no, that's a bit of a bummer. Might get lucky here. You know, what I do is, because I can never, I'm pretty stupid, as we've already determined on this call. I've been wrong about a lot of things. So what I like to do is, I like to bomb, I never bomb right on a tile. I always bomb on half tiles, unless it's one that's like the middle of something. Even where I'm like pretty sure I know which one it is, I'll always bomb on the half tile, just on the off chance that I'm wrong.
I've been playing this randomizer for maybe 2 years now, and I do the same thing.
Like this screen that Drascia is on right now. I know that that's the second cave that opens up, but I will never bomb on that second tile. I will always bomb it on the in between the second and the third, without question. I do it every single one. Yeah.
ChessJerk gets his power bracelet.
And Drascia is gonna get bombs here. Go back up there probably. So now CJ there's no cave other than the 2 ladder spots that he can't get into. So that's good. Start slow if it were me, trying to find these blocked rooms. Or caves, rather.
Because outside of those recorder spots, I don't think we have a lot of spots left to check.
No, there's the rest of this little bit that Drascia is finishing up here. I'm still bombing the wrong spot there. There you go.
That's
okay,
better.
That doesn't open. And there we go. Just making sure. Definitely, you got it. It's not a cave. It's definitely not a cave. You know, I'm not making fun. I've done the same thing there. I've bombed extra bombs. I would rather bomb twice something than once and be wrong.
But I think we missed one up there. of those top 4 screens. I don't think we got the one on the right.
I think I thought that they came back up the stair and bombed, and then went to the left.
Right. It's entirely possible that I missed it.
So, you could be right, but I think they got him. I think definitely recorder's looking like could be blocking something. Still that ladder that we haven't seen. But we are not missing any items unless Heart Shuffle is actually on, and you know it's just a total shenanigan seed. Which I tell you, that's why I'm cynical, because I've run seeds before where the first like 5 drops on the floor have been hearts. And then on the 6th one, I saw a recorder, and my mouth dropped. I was like, oh my gosh, that could have been bad. So this is interesting here. So you saw on CJ's side that he burned that one bush and had to go down and back. So I think in the time it would have taken him to get that red candle is the time that that one wrong check ate up. Yeah, it's a nice little Kananaki there for Drascia. I didn't see ChessJerk blow the recorder in the Deadwood spot there on that that bottleneck. Not sure if he did that earlier and I just missed it. But that's a potential cave.
What level are we in here? Because we're...
ChessJerk is back in...
7. First quest
This
7.
is the 7 that they didn't need. Okay, so yeah, this could be... ladder could be in here.
That's... They bailed because First Quest 7 was the Triforce they started with.
Here we go. We're gonna blow this recorder spot. It does open up, so let's see. And this is just some money. But good to know. Good not to leave that behind. I don't remember Drascia being in 2, but I could be confused. There was a lot of green palette dungeons. So I'm not really sure about that.
I believe when Drascia was over in that section where 2 is, that she didn't have a candle still. And so wasn't able to check that spot.
That's true. That's like what your point was at the beginning. So that was a good call there. And I guess ChessJerk hasn't done a lot of this around start nonsense, so that's why he's still checking these open caves over here. So we still have a lot of recorder spots that they haven't done. I don't think anybody... Oh, well, Drascia doesn't even have the recorder, but he has not been over to the desert and has not been up Death Mountain to check those recorder spots. Or the forest over there up towards the coast. And the power bracelet, I believe Drascia had the power bracelet when they went up to the Death Mountain, you know, top left corner. So I'm pretty sure they got that one, but I don't have a memory of it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Drascia checked those power bracelet spots in there.
And ChessJerk's gonna get the potion here. Got the money, might as well.
Save.
And let's see, he's going up. He's gonna go back to... No, he wants to get out of here. Okay, he's just checking the power bracelet spots. Maybe he hasn't checked that yet. And then there's this power bracelet spot here. I'm not sure if Drascia got this one or not.
Yeah, this was another bomb shop.
I think I would go down the river and bomb those ladder spots just to see if they even open. Because that'll tell you if it might be the ladder. There you go. This is exactly what ChessJerk is doing. And they both do. Yep, so ladder might be that could be both the dungeons right there. But we still got a lot of recorder spots here. Vanilla 2 hasn't been checked. There's 2 over on this side of town that hasn't been checked.
Drascia is back in level 8 for the other item.
Yeah, they saw the red candle and they saw the heart on the floor. So I think that's everything because they got the wind boomerang earlier. Medium secret vanilla. And now Drascia with the candle in hand is gonna go burn some bushes. See what they missed. Just the heart. You know, I'd be tempted to leave that there and not pick it up. You know, 8th heart at this point is not really gonna do you a whole lot of good. But the free potion staying there is pretty nice. You guys saw 9 pretty early, I think you said. So I think it's on that side of town.
Yeah, 9 is right by start.
Yeah, so I'd be tempted to just leave that right where it was. Come back to it if I needed it.
Now, did ChessJerk, did he check the grave recorder spot?
He did. It spawned a tornado, so no cave there. And no cave here. So we're running out. I think we've got...
By my count, we've only got 3 or 4 spots left.
Yeah, these 2 in the desert, the one up on Death Mountain. I don't know if he did the one close to start. I don't remember that one. Man, none of these opened. That's interesting that we're in mixed second quest, but a lot of the recorder spots didn't open up. Of course, we did see both of the ladder spots. And a lot of the, like that cave there is not in second quest, so that took away one of the second quest spots.
We're starting to get very close to the possibility of having 1 and 6 on the 2 ladder spots.
Yeah, yeah, that would be really interesting. I don't think I've ever seen that. I've had it where both raft spots were necessary. Here we go. Drascia is gonna get there any key here, so that's gonna be good. And I don't remember if Drascia went over here to check the arrow push block. That is not a thing.
Yes, they did. And there was nothing.
Okay. Yeah, nothing there. So ChessJerk's gonna blow the whistle, and then otherwise, I don't remember if they got the one close to start or not. But otherwise, that's it, right? I think we've checked everything else.
Last overworld spot. And it does
okay, here we go. So this is a level. So we're missing 1 and 6, and this looks like 1. So 6 is probably ladder blocked. So if the ladder is not here, that means they're digging 7 for a ladder. Or it's a super trolly seed, and one of the only floor dropped items. There we go, another floor on the heart. So there's no way that heart shuffles on, but I guess it is possible. It is possible. There's the Triforce. We also, let's see. Oh no, we saw the white sword item was the bomb upgrade. So yeah, it's got to be in a dungeon. To answer a question in chat, the ladder can only be in 9 if we can get to 9 without needing it. So if one of our dungeons is blocked, like if 7 was the oh no, actually I think Fred answered that in chat. So regardless, you have to be able to get to 9. So you can't have an item in 9 that you need to get to 9. And we are almost full clearing this one. Yeah, I would say the fact that we have not seen red ring or silvers, and we've seen a whole lot of items, I would be very surprised if red ring and silvers were not in 9. But you never know. We haven't seen the items out of 1, 7, and 6, so there's still the potential there.
Yeah, looks like the item here in 1's going to be in one of those bottom 2 rooms on the right side.
Yep. At least the Triforce is down here, so this is not too bad. 1's a pretty easy full clear.
Especially with this enemy set.
Oh yeah, I mean, everything's a pretty easy full clear with this enemy set. There we go, to the book. I'm kind of interested as to why he picked that up. I know they don't have a wand yet, so there's no Wandfire as of yet, but you know that the old men aren't going to tell you anything because it's blank hints, and you've seen, you know what the dungeon maps are just because it's first quest and second quest. So curious decision, but you know, I'm not going to begrudge anybody for picking up a book if they really want some read material.
So the one reason I might do that is if it's an atlas, then tracking level 9. I wouldn't expect someone with ChessJerk's experience to have any issues with this, but every once in a while, tracking level 9, I make a mistake, and so it's always helpful to have that map on the screen. When you have a staircase that takes you to the complete opposite end of the dungeon. And at this point, we would have to guess at this point. I think we can say pretty accurately the ladder has to be in 7. Which means the wand is going to be in 6. So when he gets to 6, he's going to grab the Triforce and go. There's no... I can't imagine he'd go for the wand at all.
That is some big brain logic by you there, Fryteeth. I completely agree with everything you just said. I would have bailed on that book just because I instinctually would have seen it and said I don't need it. But I like having the map in 7, and I like having the map in 9. So I think that is why you are a smarter man than I am. So definitely a good call. And well thought out logic there. ChessJerk, unfortunately...
Albeit long-winded.
Hey, no, it sounded good to me. ChessJerk has a bunch of bomb spots over here he still hasn't checked, so it's going to be a little while before they go back to 7. I gotta say, there's a part of me that's really hoping it's that that heart item in 3. That's just the ladder, just sitting there on the floor in an empty room.
Drascia finds level 4. Big question here is, we've got the recorder here, which we know they need to dig out.
Yeah, I mean, I expect them to full clear this 4. Did ChessJerk push that rock there? I didn't see him.
I think so.
Check it. Maybe I just missed it. Yeah, I think you have to full clear at this point. I think you have to full clear all the dungeons you go to. If you're 56 minutes in and you're missing 2 dungeons, and we know that they're definitely going to need the recorder, but they've cleared a significant portion of the overworld. So I would full clear everything at this point until I find a progression item. I might bounce once I get the recorder and not wait for the second item. And there we go. ChessJerk, I think, has realized he's got to go to 7. And I don't think he likes it. Would be my guess.
Better wait. You realize you've got first quest 7. It's the one Triforce you have, so you don't have to go in there.
Oh yeah. What a troll. Such a troll. I mean, the game knows, right? The game just knows. I think Drascia is swordless right now, I think. Which is curious, because I believe they were in the room with the blue bubble as well. Making some nice use of the bombs and the arrows, so kind of working through it. Has that potion? I think if I was deep in 4 and oh, here we go. We got blue bubbles right here, so it's not an issue. But I'd be tempted to suck on that potion there. 56 minutes in. You don't really need the potion for Ganon, probably with the red ring. And here we go. We got our level 7 dig that nobody wanted, unless you're into really trolly stuff. At least he's just looking for a staircase.
And we now do see that the book is not an atlas either.
It's the Triforce. I guess just gonna pick that up. Refill his hearts. Yeah, okay. I thought he was leaving for a minute. Oh, okay, there we go. Just getting bopped so that he knew where he was in the count. Got some nice soft keys here to build up a 10 count. Or a 9 count, I guess. And gets the bomb. Yeah, that's true. Freedom Fighter's telling me that all of the enemies are soft, but it's easier to kill Keys than it is to kill Grietas, even when they're soft, because the Grietas are throwing stuff at you, and the Keys are just kind of flopping around aimlessly.
Run into a ladder block in 7, which...
You know what that means? Magic bomb hole.
Oh, that's not so bad when you know what the map looks like.
Yeah, I don't want to be bombing 7. That's not that's not really where I like to be. Slinging bomb. I agree with you because you know, like on this row, for instance, like you know that that's going to be a bomb wall or a transport to take you over there. But sometimes when you get in the middle of 7, there's our our bait block. Hey, you don't know, man. That might be necessary. That bait block might have been necessary there. They got the key. That didn't help us. He still might need it for 3 if the game is playing a really long con and we don't have heart shuffle. There we go. We got our bombs now. It is plus 4. Yep.
And sometimes it's just nice to get that meat if you believe you definitely don't need it for anything else. It just gets it out of your inventory so you're not scrolling past it every time.
Oh yeah, no, I do that same thing.
Drascia gets their recorder.
Oh, we definitely need that. Yeah, here's a bomb wall with an Aqua Menace.
To answer the question, we're down to just the 2 ladder spots. Yes, they full cleared every other spot.
Sees the magic boomerang does not want an upgrade. I'm shocked. I might not walk up a staircase for an upgrade, but I will definitely go across a room for an upgrade.
But is that an upgrade?
It goes across the screen, of course it is. When you get stuck on an island over there on the left-hand side of the screen in a Chevy room, and you can't kill those enemies over there over to the right. We got lots of moats here in 7. This is not the easiest of the day.
It looks like this ladder's gonna be pretty deep here, but here's a staircase.
Yeah, here we go. This feels like the red candle room. This feels like the ladder.
Nope, just a transport.
Oh. Yep, he's gonna take it. That puts them up at the top left. Man, almost got grabbed by those wall masters. And as we all know, this could be a staircase since 2 queue rooms could 100%. Oh, here we go. Now it cannot be a staircase with the heart shuffle. But as I was saying, we all know that 2 queue rooms can 100% be in first quest dungeons.
Alright, here's another possible.
Yeah, this is almost has to be it. Yep, here we go. And there we go. Progression. Yep. That is looking like that's going to be pretty tough for Drascia to make up ground now. Needs to get into... It's going to be a while. They still have to check all these recorder spots. Still have to go to 1 and dig out the Triforce, realize that they're blocked. I think at this point they've been everywhere and seen all the other items, but they've left, you know, some potential. Like CJ did a much more thorough job of clearing levels as they went. Oh, like here at 5, I think we're missing. Or no, this was 7 that they're bouncing out of. That's actually the right dungeon. You want to be there. You just don't know it yet. Here we go. ChessJerk.
Very last spot.
Yep, that's what I was gonna say. Full cleared the map. So let's see if they get Y-wanded. That's not a room anybody wants to be on. A maze room with bubbles. And 6 is kind of an interesting one to navigate. We got a Goma that we can actually kill. So that's a good thing to not have blocked. 6 is interesting to navigate. A couple of transports. Walk through walls are a thing. There's always a shoot room, it seems like, in this one column. Makes it difficult to navigate around. It does look like we have our native enemy sets. I noticed the Gria's in 7 and the Wizrobes here in 6. So it looks like 9 will be our normal Wizrobe den, but with the red ring and 0 HP, that won't be an issue.
And there is the shoot room you were talking about.
There it is. Yeah, it's always right there. It seems like there's only so many rooms, I guess, that it can be in. I think that's why it ends up in 6 and 2 so often. Just because of the nature of the doorway and kind of how it is. But if I see a shoot room kind of down in this area, I'm thinking 6, and if I see a shoot room up there at the top, I'm thinking 2. Here we got our map that we don't really need. Just need the Triforce. And there's our compass.
Gotta go back down.
Yep. Won't be too long. CJ will be in 9. So some chatter about whether or not you dig out the other item. I mean, he's only got like 6 rooms up there left at the top, so you know, it might be worth poking in just to see. Almost assuredly, it's got to be wand at this point, but I guess better safe than sorry.
Personally, I would not keep digging for this item. It's not going to take a long time.
Yeah, I think I would have gone in that first room and saw the transport, and then I would have left. For me personally, but I also would have had the boomerang and red candle in order to deal with the swordless rooms. I also agree with Jake Cooper in chat here, but you know, to each their own. I think that's the nice thing about the nice and the kind of frustrating thing about the randomizers. A lot of times the right call is actually the wrong call. I've done the stupid thing so many times and lucked out from it enough to know that sometimes, you know, there's no point in really. You can make the logical play, but if the other person does something lucky, then it's all that matters. And ChessJerk gets their Triforce out of 6. They are on the way to 9.
Drascia's clearing all the quarter spots and hasn't gotten to the one that is important.
Yeah, and I mean, I can't blame them. I do the exact same thing. Go here and check. Once you get the recorder, you know, you're figuring that has to be the block.
ChessJerk just has to go up 2 screens here to get to level 9.
Yeah, so hopefully we'll see how soft the 9 is. I saw a 9 last night that was just up Zelda, which was pretty silly. It's going to be at least more than that, so that's good.
Not necessarily you could have bombed up there, found the same thing.
Yeah, that's true. I think that it was in the 3rd room, though, if I'm remembering correctly.
I think that was the 4th room.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was kind of silly. And definitely digging staircase items here. Looking for silvers. There we go. Drascia finally finds level 1, so that's good. Needs to get in and out as quickly as possible. Of course, they're going to full clear this one just like ChessJerk did, because they, at this point, they've got to realize they need the ladder as well. Going in the right direction, so that's good. Hopefully they stay going south. And according to chat, we hear a roar. I can't hear anything, so no roar for me. This is not Ganon's room. I do like clearing rooms, especially with this 0 HP. There, Drascia sees the book on the floor. I clear all these rooms looking for the compass, and I head north. Would be my route. I don't believe we've seen Ganon's room yet. The seed in another dungeon, so assumedly Zelda's going to be in her own room, and you got to enter there for the south.
That's the way I would be approaching it. Is anywhere I can go north, I would be.
Yep, and I clear rooms looking for compass, and I dip into staircases looking for silvers along the way, because I'll pick up the silvers if I get them, and that way if I see the pig, I'll go ahead and kill him along the way too, just, you know, so you don't have to backtrack. ChessJerk pushing this second quest block stair room, which is a good thing, because as we know, you can definitely have second quest stair blocks in first quest dungeons. Get some more bombs here. Lots of bombs all around. Really, bombs not an issue for ChessJerk. Drascia's going back up here. I really hope they don't spend more bombs on this screen. Oh my gosh. Just wants to make darn sure that this is not a cave. Yeah, that is not a cave. You gotta go to 7. Here we go, we found silvers. They're definitely a 9. Heart shuffle was not a thing. Yeah, I mean, if heart shuffle was on at this point, that would be pretty astronomical odds, I think. I think we've seen every single item. Yeah, because ChessJerk picked up the wand, so there would have been no heart to replace it with, so not possible. I mean, that's the thing, that if this is a rude 9 and Drascia can pull the ladder out of 7 quick enough in order to get into 9, have a chance. It's just looking, the longer that ChessJerk clears this, you know, he knows where all the, this is not Shapes 9, this is First Quest 9, so he knows what it looks like. There's only so many rooms here.
For a player of ChessJerk's caliber with 0 HP enemies, he's gonna fly through this level.
Yeah, I agree. Find a dark room here. This is not our compass. This is bombs. Could be a red ring or a transport. We're gonna keep going south here. And the drop room shuffle is on, so we're not necessarily looking for black rooms. That would be the compass in First Quest. And Old Man not going to tell us anything. Yep, absolutely. Those were probably really good hints, telling him where the princess is and what he needs to kill to get the compass.
There's the compass.
There we go. Oh, we're right there too. Right there. One room away for a possible check here. It is a shutter door. Does he have to work for it?
And he needs to go kill Ganon.
He does. He does need to kill Ganon. Well, that's not that big of a deal, though. He's already found Ganon. He's already found the silvers. So a couple minutes, this will be over. Unfortunately for Drascia, the thing that cost them in this race was getting that recorder out of 4, really getting the any key out of 2, getting the candle from start. Really, it was just kind of behind the 8 ball, item-wise, from the jump. You know, ChessJerk, on the flip side, ChessJerk spent, you know, a lot of time clearing everything out. Had that key, he had, I think, 5 keys a few minutes in. I think he had 5 keys before he had a sword. So getting that any key out of 2, getting the recorder out of 4, just kind of opened everything up and kept him on a linear path. And we do see Ganon in Ganon's room. Let's see if he's got HP.
Nope.
Oh man, what a joke. Starting with red ring and literally everything dies, 0 HP. Oh man. Random percentage tournament. What flags these are.
Still tells you how much they had to look for and how much digging they had to do to be at an hour 15 with that.
Yeah, they weren't combat blocked at all. It was just, you know, with this, you know, your resource management is key. And then your kind of dungeon layout management so that you know where you are and what to do.
It always makes it rougher when the item you have to dig out is, you know, in the one dungeon that you aren't going to go in because you already have the Triforce.
And there we go with an official SRL time of 1:16:34. ChessJerk finishes in first place. Get your GGs in chat out for ChessJerk. Looks like Drascia is going to finish through the 7. At this point, they know exactly what they have to do. They know that they need the ladder. They know the ladder is in this dungeon. They know that ladder will lead them to 6, and then it's just a hop, skip, and a jump to 9.
And is this the ladder room, if I recall correctly? It is. So they've got their ladder.
It is.
Now they can go find level 6, finally.
Oh, there you go. So it was, the theme from Duck Hunt was the recorder tune today.
And we get the immediate up A after finding that ladder. And given the order, this means that Drascia is also going to have cleared every overworld spot.
Yeah, unless they, for some reason, skip the first one. These screens, these are another pair of screens where I can never remember if it's the 4th or the 5th one on which one, so I just bomb in between both of them.
Sometimes you'll see me bomb 2 or 3 times on these screens for that reason.
Yeah, that's fair. I think the ladder screens, and then that one that that Drascia bombed like 9 times. Those are probably the trickiest, kind of knowing where to bomb. All the rest of them are pretty easy counts. Or there's something to line up, like in the coast. I just line up with the bombs in the HUD. Or if I'm on Mirror Overworld, I just line up with the A. And we are joined in chat with ChessJerk. GG, sir. Well done.
Thank you very much. How you all doing tonight?
Doing excellent. Doing excellent. How are you doing after that kind of trolly seed where you had to go dig first quest 7? What were you thinking when you realized, yep, that's exactly what I have to do?
I think you just summed it up. That pretty much was it. It's been the theme. This is my 3rd tournament race, and in all 3 of them, the ladder has been the trolley item for me. So I should have known better, but I didn't. So oh well.
Well, I mean, it came out on top this time, and I feel your pain, man, because it was the exact same thing for me. My first 2 seeds that I lost, it was the ladder item was the one that was holding me back. So 0 HP across the board, starting with red ring. Probably didn't figure it would take an hour and 16 minutes until you had to full clear the overworld.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, literally full clear the overworld, but it's when you only start with 1 Triforce. I mean, there's if we had started with 4 or 5, yeah, it would have been like sub 40 probably for sure, even with the trolley item. Well, maybe not, because who's going to take 7 for sure. But anyway, it's with so many Triforce to get, and with Recorder not taking you to hidden dungeons, you never know what's going to happen. Especially with that kind of a trolley item in a dungeon you're never going to dig in a million years if you don't have to. That was required for the seed. Yeah. That's the way it goes. I mean, 9 actually worked out okay, I guess. It wasn't too bad comparatively, but I did full clear. I mean, the dungeons I full cleared to find nothing or less than nothing. Who knows?
Yeah, definitely.
I assume there was a hard meat blocked in level 3, which was interesting. I was worried about hard shuffle, but I think I picked up 3 dungeon hearts, and I was pretty safe, I think, in that front, that the dungeon hearts were not shuffled.
Yeah, we're pretty sure that hard shuffle was off. We didn't see the other item in 9, so that's the other. It has to be the red ring. I mean, it doesn't have
not the
to
red
be,
ring.
It would be very crazy.
It's a very low percentage. It is not the red ring.
Yeah, absolutely. Drascia is now in 9. Just got there a couple minutes ago, so hopefully they're able to find the path to silvers, and then to Ganon and the princess. So talk me through. You're not a fan of the boomerang or the red candle, I'm assuming.
Well, I kind of doubted with 0 HP. I doubted myself about not picking up the boomerang because it is, as someone has pointed out previously, an 8-directional sword.
Yeah, exactly.
For those that can be affected by it. But I mean, with sword beams on, it wasn't that important. I guess that I don't need this diagonal killing mechanism. So I wasn't too worried about that. And red candle. I mean, I already had blue candle. So I mean, if I hadn't had a sword, I would have grabbed red candle in a heartbeat. But since I already had the sword, there was no real reason to grab the red candle. Yeah, but of course, when you're digging for fun items to help you along, what are the first items you get? Boomerang, magical boomerang, red candle. Great, thanks.
Useless raft.
Yeah, useless raft that led to me losing money and nothing else. And
yep.
Sounds about
yeah,
right.
Drascia did the exact same thing, and they have now seen that Zelda is there and that Ganon is required. So they are hunting for their silvers. Found the red ring. Okay, so there we go. We can confirm that red ring is indeed a 9, and that it was a heart that was meat blocked in 3.
Thank goodness.
Thank goodness. Yeah,
it could have been silvers. Who knows?
Yeah, I was really. There was a point in the race when I was really hoping. We had seen like 3 or 4 hearts on the floor, and I was just really holding out hope that it was still heart shuffle was still on, and it was just being super trolly, and that you guys were gonna have to get the meat and go back into 3. But you got the meat, fairly early on, so you had it in your inventory. Didn't end up needing it. I think it gave you access to a key room in 7.
Yeah, which I had any key, so it was totally useless. But
yeah, right.
It's always nice because that could have been the ladder. That would have been a really trolly ladder placement if that was the only way to get into the ladder room. Is one way is ladder blocked and one way is meat blocked. That would have been a good one.
That would have been good. Yeah, I think I'm sure it's happened somewhere.
Oh, sure.
In some Dave seed somewhere. That's been a thing.
Dave's not the only one who rolls bad seeds. There's certainly other bad seeds out there.
No, I think to me the real meme is just that like every seed is bad. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but like all my practice seeds, like all my races, they're all terrible. They're all bad.
I've had a few I've had a few sub 40s on, 0 HP, no trolley item placements. Yeah, it's definitely possible. I mean, or the seed where you start with all 8 Triforces. I had one where I started with all 8 Triforces, and level 9 was the 3rd screen I found. It would have been sub 10 if Zelda weren't required or if Ganon weren't required. So it ended up being sub 30, but it could have been like I found Zelda in 5 minutes. What happened? So, oh well.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that we all remember the ones that are bad, and we don't really remember the ones that are.
There's definitely confirmation bias there for sure.
Exactly. Let's see. Drascia finds the map, so that'll help. Like Fright Teeth was saying earlier, nice to have a map in 9. It was kind of a bummer that you picked up the book, but it didn't end up actually being useful because it was not even the atlas for 7. And not that you didn't, you already know what those maps look like, but Fright Teeth was saying that it's just helpful to see the map there.
For sure. I mean, I don't think I even used the wand once. I went all the way out of my way in 6 to go get it and never used it once. Could have had wand fire. That can't be boomstick, right? It's only if it's viable.
Yeah, it has to be in a shop for it to be boomstick.
Boomsticks never worked out for me anyway, so I wasn't too worried about that.
Yeah, it usually doesn't fire for me.
Oh no. I also enjoyed the white and magical sword locations right next to each other. White and magical bombs. That was a nice touch.
Yeah, that was nice. And both of you found that, and I'm trying to think what else. The other one was the that kind of, here we go, Drascia finds Ganon. Unfortunately, has not found the silver arrows yet. Is kind of close-ish, I think, but is not able to bomb out of there, or didn't try to. So here we go. The hunt for the silvers is on.
Gotta go right.
Yeah.
Go right.
As I know, it is always good to try to bomb out of Ganon, because you never know when that is going to be the silvers.
Yeah. We've seen it happen.
Yeah, it happened to me in my my race against Crimson earlier this tournament, and we both full cleared 9, I think, and it was that top right room all the way up at the top. I had never seen that before. I'd heard tell of it being a bomb out of a Ganon, but it never actually happened to me.
I mentioned in Discord earlier today that the one Router's Relish seed that we had, that with important items could be a 9, and the bow was a 9. In the bottom left corner of 9. And there were no bombable walls anywhere except for Ganon's room, which was in the middle of the map. And I was watching Fred as he was, because I had cleared the seed, and I thought, oh wow, I can't wait to see other people react to, do you really have to bomb through Ganon in the middle of 9 to get to the corner, to get to the bow, really? But that's what it was.
Oh man, yeah, amazing. That's great.
Absolutely. There was imagine? We bombed every single wall, and every wall was made of some bomb-proof material that would not break, no matter what. So, I'm proud if I had that level 9 map saved somewhere. That was a pretty incredible map.
Yeah, it seems like 9 is either like paper thin and like you could bomb a whole lot of walls, or it's just titanium and nothing bombs at all.
I want a part of that secret technology.
Yeah, right. The titanium
worth millions.
Yeah. Adamantium steel. Drascia is still looking for the silvers here. I believe. Here we go. I think they've been in this room, if I'm not mistaken. They just showed us the map. I thought
that's the third old man. That's the old man. The one old man I didn't find. There's 3 old men right next to each other. That's crazy.
Yeah, back to back.
You can't get there directly. If she'd been able to bomb down, we would have had old man, old man, old man. Crazy.
Yeah, I think if they go left and down, I think it's.
No, you gotta go up. Yeah, silver's on the right-hand column, but you can't bomb through there. You gotta go all the way around.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So, and I'm not even sure. You can't. No, looking at my map, you can't get that way. You have to go to the top left. Is that? Wow, that's crazy. There could be magical staircase to the right-hand column. There's no way.
I think you can get there from start, can't you?
Can you bomb right in the 2nd or 3rd room in? Those are the only walls I didn't check.
So
if those walls don't bomb, then you have to take the staircase in the top left.
Yeah, it looks like, unless I track 9 wrong, I've got a path there from start.
Okay.
Does get a bomb drop here, so that's good. That way, don't have to worry too much about those anymore. It's close to the transport. Ish.
move, but it's not the right one. Although, I mean, if Drassia's not going to take that one, probably not going to take the next one either. So.
Yeah, you never know.
Drascia goes up in that room with the... Yep. No. Okay.
Yeah, I guess didn't want to tangle with the Lamolas. Sometimes I had a 0 HP seed myself with Wizrobes and a Diamond Stare, and I forgot. It was early in the seed, and it didn't occur to me that I could easily clear the room out. So maybe it was one of those things where they saw the blue Lamolas and an immediate noped.
What's your first reaction? Makes sense.
Yeah, exactly.
Why stay in a room with them longer than you have to?
Here we go. Counting another path to Zelda, but that's not really what we need right now. Yeah, they've got that whole middle section that's left to explore. Let's see. So the next seed will actually, in some ways, be a lot like this seed because Drascia's Remorse Flag is 0 HP enemies. So I'm guessing we won't see that tonight.
I hear it's a fun time. Yeah, no, we agreed that if it was a short seed, then we'd play 2 tonight, but I doubt this qualifies as a short seed.
Yeah, no, I tend to agree.
I mean, I'm going to be up for a while, but I don't think Drascia will, so that's okay. It's not a problem.
I personally was happy to hear that. I agreed to help out just because it seemed like somebody was needed,
but not
I
for
wasn't
3 hours. Not for 3 hours.
Yeah. So when I found out, like, okay, it's either 2 shorts. Well, really, I was hoping for a longer seed first, to be honest, because I thought the worst case scenario was going to be like a 30-minute, easy first game, followed by like a 3.5-hour slog in the second game.
That never happened before, ever. History of the Zelda randomizer.
If you haven't noticed from some of my streams, I'm not really a glass half full kind of a guy. Pretty cynical and pessimistic, so I usually think worst case scenario in most things. There we go. We got a bomb wall here. It's not actually going to be helpful. And is missing that top right room. Not that I don't think it had anything important. I believe they've already bombed all of this.
I know I checked them all. Well, I'm curious. Was it a bomb wall near start to the right, or was it a door, a locked door? I'm looking at Drascia's map, and there are no open doors to the right-hand column.
That is unfortunate that they used the bomb there.
Yep.
At least you got Wizrobes and whatchamacallit, buyers to get bombs from. Definitely don't like using my last bomb in 9 unless I'm like on the way to Zelda, I'd say.
Especially in 0 HP, I mean, you almost won't always use your last bomb to get a 10 count.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to count.
It's not too bad to do so, especially if you can do it on something like the orange Wizards who don't move, or other enemies that are slow moving.
Yeah, well, even like the Vires and the Zols, which usually to me just kind of make my brain hurt, and I can't figure out what that does to my count. With the 0 HP.
All the bomb drops. Jeez. Get all the bomb drops in one room. Perfect.
Exactly.
This is the right staircase.
Here we go.
Take it.
This is it. Right. This is it. Here we go.
Just thought I'd mention, I think the key to this seed was the decision to do the money-making game early for the blue candle.
Yeah, it was definitely a consideration that I had, that having it so close to start, and knowing that candle is so important generally, that it seemed like the obvious play. And it also helped that I somehow manipulated the game to get the same result twice in a row after resetting. So I knew exactly where the winning combination was to get my money back. I thought that was interesting. Totally unintentional, by the way. I don't actually know the manipulation, but apparently I did it anyway. So
that's the only time that I've ever done it myself is when it's been whoops, I don't know how I did that, but that's cool.
Luckily, I have good pattern recognition skills. It's like, wow, those are the exact same numbers as last time. I wonder if we get the same result again. Oh, how about
There you
that?
go. And here we go. Drascia has the silver arrows now. Knows where Ganon is. Knows where Zelda is. This will be a short work here. Yeah, it should be mentioned. You got the candle early. You dug more dungeons and just kind of had a general item knowledge, I would say, better. And then you were able to clear rooms and get keys. I think you had 5 keys before you even had the sword. So you were not key blocked and were able to clear out 2 to get the any key, and then that really helped you dig out the recorder in 4. Drascia was kind of playing Triforce and Go, so really could have had you had there not been blocks. You guys kind of had different tactics, I would say, going into the seed. So if this had been a blitz seed, then they potentially could have been a different story. Would have been interesting to see how that would have played out.
Oh, for sure. If you put level 6 on a non-ladder block, if there's no ladder blocks, it could have played out totally differently. Sure.
Yeah, you still would have had them, even just with the 1 recorder block. So it would have had to be, fully open all 9 dungeons, which, hardly ever is the case. But you never. And there we go. We have slayed the pig. We are so close. This does not bomb, unfortunately. Of course it doesn't. So we're gonna have to find a different pathway to Zelda. We found 2.
The pathway is to up A. The pathway is to up A back to Sark.
Yeah, right?
That made the most sense to me at the time.
That's my normal move anyways, even when it's the wrong move. It just feels like, unless I know of a path that's close.
Yeah. Generally,
if I know
in the heat of battle, if you know a route, you take that route. That's
Exactly.
not the time to be, trying to save an extra 10 seconds and lose 3 minutes because, oh look, none of the walls bombed. Go figure. I didn't know that.
Yep.
Just take the route
Exactly.
and go on to the next seed.
And here we go. On their way now. Just has to get through these these pancakes.
Pancakes. Pancakes sound awesome right now.
Yeah, I actually had some pancakes for breakfast this morning.
I'm going to have them tomorrow.
It was Easter, so my daughter and my wife made Easter egg pancakes.
That sounds excellent.
Here we go. Now we're on the right path.
Speaking of that, I'm surprised my kids didn't ask me to make pancakes.
Yeah, you lucked out of it. And get your GGs out in chat for Drascia. Kudos to finish the seed. I always like seeing people finish seeds. One of my pet peeves is when people quit early. Hey, how's it going there, Drascia?
It's
GG.
GG. That was a really fun seed. Like the exploration was a little bit trolly. I was a bit miffed that I ultimately did end up having to dig 7. Although it was a
Same.
full clear the entire overworld. Like the river spot where 6 was the last place that I checked.
Yep.
Same.
Yeah, both of you did that. You guys had a similar path in terms of having to find all of the blocks before you went to 7. The difference for ChessJerk, he had a little bit more item knowledge, was able to clear out some dungeons, whereas you were kind of taking the Triforce and leaving. He had more keys, was able to get the any key out of 2, was able to get the recorder earlier than you. So that was really the key to the seed. I was telling ChessJerk earlier while you were finishing up, if this was a blockless seed, if the 2 dungeons, 1 and 6, were in open caves, then I think that it would have been really close. If not, you would have taken it for sure, I think, just because of how you 2 were kind of going at it differently.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely know that I got off to a fairly slow start, but once I got going, it was just Triforce, and then a slight cry when I realized I had to dig 7. Ended up being a nice, easy dig though, which makes me pretty happy. I would say this was definitely a long seed, but it wasn't a difficult one. Red Ring 0 HP permanent sword beam was just like
Easy
there
mode.
was no combat in this
Easy
seed
mode activated.
whatsoever.
Yeah, combat was definitely not a thing here. Even Ganon was 0 HP.
Yeah, Patro was 0 HP. All of the bosses, all of the enemies.
I had fun sorting down at least 5-man handlers. I was just stand in the center of the room. All right, come at me, and just swing your sword everywhere. Oh look, he died first. Oh well.
Right? That was so great. That was and GG chess as well.
Yes,
Like that
GG
was
to you as well. It was an interesting seed for sure.
yeah. Definitely a little bit too late to do our second match, but we'll definitely have to schedule that in the next couple of days.
Will do.
'Cause this has been a lot of fun. You are a fantastic opponent. I'm honored to be able to face off with you.
Same to you as well. Thank you.
And huge thanks to Fry Teeth and J Smash for commentating. I think J Smash, you said you're tracking as well.
But Fury did most of it. It seemed like every time I was looking to see, like I would forget and I would go to click a button and the button was already clicked. so Fury is your master master tracker and restreamer tonight.
Are you saying that Fury was furiously clicking the buttons for everyone?
As I loathe puns, I did not say that.
Where's my boos
Oh,
in chat? Boo!
yeah,
Boo this
right.
man!
Yeah, get 'em
Boo!
out. So anyway, GG to both of you. Good luck in game 2. I'll see if I can finagle it with the family schedule so that I could call that race as well. Had fun. Fry Teeth, thanks for joining me on comms tonight. Fury, thanks for bailing me out on the tracker.
Yeah, thank you
Yes.
everybody. Thanks to Randomania for hosting, and I mean really anybody who's taken part in this tournament in any way so far.
Absolutely. Thank you all very much.
Good luck with the next race.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. Well, I hope you had a wonderful Easter / Passover / Sunday of whatever it is that you do and celebrate in your life. Hopefully, we could be a little bit of entertainment for you here in these kind of interesting times. Check out, we've got tons of races going on tomorrow and throughout the week on all the Randomania networks, also on the Speed Gaming networks as well. So make sure that you check that out.